So today I will keep the continuation of the talk last time what we talked about the anger management. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
anger management, keep the continuations. So now some points that I have told. Do you remember last time that I talked about that thinking the negative points of the anger and focusing on your breath? That part is I finished. So whenever you get angry or whenever you get some like upset, you can just focus on your breath and just distract your mind. That point, I think last time I talked, no, I finished that point. Now the one other point is that when you apply the antidote for the anger, the third point is a very important point. Is the forgiveness is the very important. The forgiveness is that's a two-way of the forgiving. Here what I'm talking about, the forgiving, mentally you're forgiving. Okay, you don't have to go and tell the person that you forgive them. Okay, most important thing is here that the mentally the forgiving is very important. Mentally forgiving someone. Okay, mentally forgiving is something like that. So the person who just triggered your anger or you generate the anger toward the someone. So what you have to do is that you have to visualize that certain person and front of you. Then mentally you have to tell that you are forgiving them. Okay, that mentally you have to tell that you are forgiving. So that is some like a forgiveness. No, so forgiveness is that you have to mentally, you have to visualize, and you have to tell that person that you are forgiving. Okay, mentally. Okay, that is the forgiveness. Okay, so this is the very powerful, and when you sometimes when you think about some persons that immediately you will get very angry with that person. So what you have to do is that mentally you have to forgive that person, whatever that person did towards you, hurt you, or told you the very harsh word, or whatever you did. Okay, so for doing that, there's a few ways how you can forgive the person. Okay, sometimes it is not that easy to forgive that person. There is three ways of how you can forgive the others. The first way, you forgive the others based on the compassion. Based on the compassion, forgiving others based on the compassion means that think that person's the suffering, think that person's the problems, things that person's the difficulty, then generate the compassion. When someone hurts you, that person is also having a lot of the issue inside their life. Sometimes we might not seeing their issue, their problem, their difficulties. That person might have the same as you, that the difficulties and the problems and the mentally stress, and a lot of them might have it. So that's why I have one thing to tell, that one thing that the one very, the very true and the very heart touching story. That's a very long back. I think that's around maybe 15 years or 16 years back. When I was that time, I was in the South India, one big monastery. So one small, the monk, he's around maybe 10, 12 years old kid monk. I received a lot of the complaints about his among the teachers, the complaint. And he was a very, how to say, the very, not only the very, the rude, and whatever the teacher tell me, immediately fight with the teacher. Immediately, he cannot listen to teacher. Not only one time, so many times he fights with the teacher, fights with his friends. So all the teachers see him as a very bad kid, very bad. Definitely, definitely, they will see like that. Whatever the teachers teach him or tell him to do, he will fight, and he will very angry. Kids. Then I called him to my room. He was around 12 years old. I think that 12 to 13, that's a very young kid. Then I talked with him and see. When I heard his story, it's really, I was shocked. I didn't know. He was from the northern India, one of the small village. Then he was sharing his family story. He told me that his father was a very drunkard and very short-tempered. One time, his father beat his mother in front of his eye and kicked several times on her mother, and it damaged her mother's kidney. Now you can imagine that how will the kids will feel, how they become the short-tempered and angry. Some days old teacher might not knowing the kids the whole story, So that's why what we have is someone just triggered the anger, but it's very important to practice the compassion. That person might have a lot of the stress. Maybe he had a very bad morning in his home or office and come out and they shouted you or the whatever, and the whoever, so who generate the anger. So that is the first one, is the thinking on the based on the compassion, think the sufferings of the problems of the difficulties of the other based on the compassion. Then you try to forgive that person. Okay, forgive the special those person who triggers your anger. Okay, this is the first way of the forgiving. Second way, the based on the idea of the impermanent. Based on the idea of the impermanence of thing is that we are not going to stay whole in this world forever. The person who triggered your anger is not going to stay in this world forever. We are just like a temporary visitor in this world. So there is one story it given in the Buddhist text. It's one example is like that. If they are the five prisoner in the one small cell, they are going to execute tomorrow. Okay, they have only one night to stay together. All five prisoners going to execute tomorrow morning. Now, some they are friends, some they are the enemy each other. What should they do? They should fight each other, or they should live happily that one night. The fighting each other, no use. Anyway, they are going to die tomorrow morning. Exactly. This is the same thing that we are sure that we will live one day this in the world. No one knows the when. But one thing is sure is that we are going to leave this world. You will live, and the person who triggered your anger will live one day. So we are all impermanent. We are impermanent, and what use of generating the anger, and what use of generating the anger and the fighting and the quarreling each other? It is just like that five prisoner who's going to die the next day. There's no use of the fighting each other. So that is the impermanent idea. Think that today he might hurt you. Forget that. Why we waste our time to being unhappy, where someone generated or someone triggered your anger, someone hurts you. By why we waste our time to hurting them back, waste our time to hating them back, why we waste our own happiness, why we waste our time to destroying our own happiness. So this is the idea of the impermanence. So based on that, you should forgive them the others. You will see that when you give the forgive to the others, whoever hurts you, you will feel the tremendous of the joy, or tremendous of the relax, or tremendous of the peace inside. Visualize that person who triggered your anger, and tell that person. You don't have to mentally just think that you are forgiving that person. Okay, so that is you don't have to go and tell that person, "Oh, I forgive you. Okay, you don't have to go and tell that. Okay, just visualize that person in front of you and forgive them. Okay, this is second way, thinking the idea of the impermanence. Okay, we are temporarily visitor in this world. We are just a temporary visitor in this world. One day we have to leave. So that's why. So just think that I will forgive everyone who hurt me. Okay. So one time, it's a very interesting that one. In fact, I was giving a talk, and the kid correction center. That's a kid correction center. Lots of kids they got. I mean, the kids are around under the below of the 18, very young kids. I think they got caught because of the drug or steal or this, a lot of things. No, the kids. And they more normally they are a little bit of their attitude is a little bit, little bit aggressive, no? So when I was talking and laughing, one kid asked me the very sharp question. I think kids is around 14 or 15 years old. I think he got caught in that correction center or detention center because of his behavior. I think so. But he asked me the one very interesting question. He told me one thing. If someone come and punch on my face, will you get angry? So that is a very nice question. Then if someone come and punch on your face, what will you do? Then I told that the kid that's in the kid detention center. So then I told the kid that if someone come to punch on my face, definitely I will not get angry. I will think very carefully how to find the best lawyer to sue him back. Yeah, this is what we make the mistake is the reaction. No, anger is the what we're doing the reaction. First reaction, which comes the anger. Then the first reaction, anger, is this is one big mistake we're doing. After we generate in anger, then the second, third, every step will go wrong. Because the first step, you already took the one wrong step. So that's why that is the normally people, the reaction is that, no? So that when someone hurts you, someone does something, you will get angry, no? You will definitely get angry, yeah. So that thing. So yeah, one time really that was in the airport in the queue. I was standing in the line standing in the one queue, line. So suddenly immediately one person jumped front of us, and the person who was standing next to me, he was get very freak out, and he was a little bit freak out, and I can see his expression, and he was saying something. So I told him that yeah, we have to practice the patient. So he told me the one thing: he don't have like this power of the patient like me. He cannot practice the patient. But anyway, so this is something like that. You can learn it, no? But personally, that is the one type of the excuse. I don't have the patient. You don't have it today, but you can have it tomorrow if you practice it. So sometimes we bring a lot of the excuses to generate the anger. These are the excuses because you want to get angry. So you bring the excuse. So that's why you try. So today you try to practice patience. Tomorrow and a few days later, then it will become much easier to control the anger. Okay. The second point, thinking the impermanence and the forgiving. Okay. Third point is the thinking the forgiving the others based on the idea of the karma. Okay. Someone's got hurt you. So that's a very good that sometimes you have to think, oh, that is the result of my karma. Someone hurts you because that you get hurted because of our bad karmas. Because of our bad karmas, so that's why we get hurt. So you should think that the result of the karma. So that's why it's a very helpful that sometimes what happens is sometimes bad things happens in our life. Bad things happens in our life. Definitely, we will try to blame someone. We will try to blame someone, and that is find some scapegoat, no, to blame someone, because that we cannot accept it. So that's why you will find to blame someone, no. So I think that you have the saying, no, my homework ate by dog or cat. My homework ate by the dog, isn't it? Hello, I cannot hear you.
Sorry.
Yes, Rinpoche.
Huh?
It's the dog ate my homework.
Dog.
My homework ate by the dog, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
I thought it's a cat or dog. I say dog. Okay, my homework ate by the dog. This is the normally. Actually, we are doing it all the time, but little bit different way. Something's not happens. We'll find someone to blame, whether the condition or the person. So that's why you are blaming and you generate the anger toward that person, because you cannot accept it. You cannot accept that you want to find someone to blame, no? Someone to blame, and so that's the thing, no? So normally, some things are not goes well, so you will find someone to blame. When the things go well, you will try to take the credit. You will get the credit, so you will try to get the credit for yourself when the things goes very well, no? So normally, this is what we do. So that's why the thinking the idea of the result of the karma. So thinking the idea of the result of the karma, thinking about the cause and the effect of karma, it's something like that you are not blaming to someone. So when something's not goes well, just think, oh, that might be the result of my karma. So that will help you to reduce your anger. Yeah, reduce your anger. That is normally happens. No, reduce your anger. So yeah, that will happen lots of in the family. If you look at a family, when the things not goes well, maybe the husband and the wife and the kids, everyone trying to not a blame, also trying to find it out that it's the trying to tell the others how to say that. So like it's some kind of the blame, no? So you're trying to throw each other. So because of that, then it generates the anger. So that's why you have to think that it's a result of your own bad karma. So you think that. So it will help the really lot. most of the time I think that in my life also lots of things not go well. When the things not go well, it's very easy us to generate the anger. Because not the things is not going well, things is not going as what you want. So that's why all the time I think that, oh, that is we are in the samsara. We are in the samsara. So that's why they will have the problem. A lot of the problem they will have, I will accept it. In your life also like that, when you plan something, when you plan very well something and you're trying to do it, when the things not go well, then you will get angry. Mainly reason is why you're getting angry is because things is not going well as you want. That's the main reason. That time you have to think that we are in the samsara, and so that's why they will have the problem because of our own negative karma. Sometimes that the result of that we face the difficulties, challenges. So that's why you think that way. Okay, we are in the samsara, so there will be the always problem. There will be always issue. Okay, accept that. Okay. So it sometimes, lots of times it happened like that. Sometimes like we planned, and in the reality it will not go as we plan. No, so that will happen a lot of times. No, so that's why we have to expect a lot of the unexpected things in our life. Okay, because we are in the samsara, lot of the unexpected things will happen. So that's why they expect unexpected things. Okay, because of we are in samsara. Okay, so that will be really helpful. So a lot of times that some people get very angry very easily in the life, because mainly because of these people who get angry very easily, because of that, because many things in the life they could not achieve that want. Because once you cannot achieve, once you cannot get what you want, that also triggered the anger. That time you always have to be in samsara. Not only you, all of the people having the same issue. No one can achieve that whatever they want. But the one thing you should remember that sometimes not getting what you want, it's a really stroke of the luck. It's a stroke of luck. Have you heard that the story of the King Solomon? Whoever he touches, it turned into the gold. I think you have heard that. He really wished that he should have the God gave him such a power that whatever he touched, it will turn into the gold. First moment he was so happy. Later on he realized it was curse. Whatever he touched turned into the gold. Food into the gold. And the later he touched that on the kids, and the kids turned into the gold. Have you heard that story? No? I think that. Oh, you have not heard that story. Okay, I will tell you the one story. Okay, that story is there's a one king. He was very greedy. He only wish for the fortune. Then he prayed for the God and asked him the God that gave him such a boon or such a power. Whatever he touched, may it turn into the gold. And God gave him that power. So what he went is when he touched, he was so happy. Then he touched on the rock. Rock turned into the gold. He touched into the stone turned into gold. So he had lots of the gold. Then he thought then he felt a little bit hungry. Then he thought to eat the food. Then he touched the food. Food turned into the gold. He cannot eat the gold. Then he trying to drink the water. So he touched the water and trying to drink it, it turned into the gold. Everything what he touched turned into the gold. Then later his kid came to hug him. He touched his kid, small kids. Small kid turned into the gold. Then he realized it was the curse. Now it is not a blessing, it's a curse. Actually, he get what he want, but it will turn into the curse, not a blessing. So that's why my point is that in the life, sometimes we will not achieve what we want, but it can be the blessing. Okay. Now the third point is generally it's a rejoicing, practice of the rejoice. Okay. Normally, when you are happy, so you won't get angry that much. When you are stressed, then it is easier to get angry. So that's why they're saying that you should not make any promise when you are happy. So when you are happy, you will make a lot of the promise. No, you will make a lot of promise that you will do because you are at the state of. So that's why when you are at the state of the happy, it will less chances to get angry. So that's why how you make yourself happy. That's what the practice we call the practice of the rejoicing. Practice of the rejoicing is you have heard that when you look at the precious of the human rebirth practice, We always say that we are so lucky that we achieved the human rebirth. That is the teaching of how we can practice the rejoice, how we have to count our blessings. So how we look the good things we are having it. When you look the good things of what you are having it, when you look the good things what you are having it, then you will feel very happy with what you are having. If you look at the kids will become very happy with the ice cream, no? When chocolate will be happy. Because it's showing that their happiness is very cheap. When you get little old, you won't be happy with 1 cup of the coffee. Your happiness will be more expensive. Then you will get happy when you get the car. Then you will go more, your happiness will become more expensive. One thing is a very amazing thing, that not amazing, so very interesting thing is that I was in that time, I think quite a couple of the years back, I was in New York and the students, and we went near by the riverside. Actually, the riverside, I went there the one time I was crossing, that I saw some people fishing. So I told the student one free day, I told the student I want to go to riverside, pray for the fish. I saw a lot of fish dying in that side. So what my student did is that the student parked the car, didn't read it properly, the instruction. Then later when we came back, they trolled the car. They took the car. So trolled the car, and then later that my student went to get the car back, and that the story is like that. But the point is that when they trolled the car, and the person who trolling the car, and met my student and asked who's that person? No, me and the Lama wearing the red dress. No, so the student told that my master. So what he teach? So that the person asked my student what he teach. So my student told him that he teach how to live strong and happily. So that person told my student, that's a very easy. How to become happy is very easy. Right now I don't have the Ferrari car. If I got the Ferrari car, I will be happy. That's very simple. How to be happy. So point is that my point is that if you look at the kid status from the ice cream level, now you get for the car, house, your happiness, how it become more and more expensive. So that is the rejoice is in the Buddhist practice. What you talk about, the rejoice is the totally is a thing that looking at yourself and counting the blessings. You look at yourself and look at what the good things you're having and count the blessings. When you're counting the blessings, what will happen is that then you will feel more rejoiced, you will feel more happy. There is one old monk. He meditated more than 40 years in the mountain, very high mountain. When I met him, he was very old, maybe age of 75, 80 like that. And more than half of his life, he spent in Himalayan mountains meditating in the small hood. Then when I met him and I asked him that so many years you meditate, what you achieve? He told me one very interesting thing. He told me that now I feel so happy looking back in my life. Sometimes he feel like his life is a blessing. Sometimes with the happy, he always, the tears come out from his eye. That is the thing. Living in the one small hut, he can feel like that. Because that is a practice, looking and counting the blessings. No? So now look at your life. There are the millions of the reasons that why you have to be happy. Millions of the reasons. But they might have only few reasons that why you have to be sad. But the mind always see those reasons that why you have to be too sad. So that's why the Sigmund Freud said the one thing that's a human cannot be happy. Sigmund Freud said that. But I don't fully agree with that. He might have but he have a lot of the reasons for saying that. Because he said a human cannot be happy at all. What you're saying, the happiness is a very temporary. Then again, that human will think the something wrong thing. Again, the negative thing. And again, make himself or herself unhappy. So why I'm saying that there are thousands of reasons that why you have to be happy. There are the only few reasons that why you have to be sad or unhappy. But most of the time, we look at those reasons that why you have to be unhappy. So that's why now in this the rejoice practice to get it, look at the things that what the good things you are having in families, friends, and whatever foods on the table or the whatever. Okay, look at that and count it. Okay, rejoicing that and look at that things. Okay, so then they might have So then you will have the more you rejoice and the more you feel happy, then less you will get angry. So more you are unhappy, more you are feeling the sad, more you feel stressed, then it will get much easier to get angry. Okay, so that's why the look at the old, this time the practice is look at the all the good things what you are having, and what you are having, good things what you are having. Okay, so that's, you just have to look that. Okay, good things. Okay. Yeah, okay, this is the practice. Okay, that is more like a counting the blessings. Okay, counting the blessings. Okay. Okay, so one time, it's a very interesting, one small kid, I think I asked that kid, that's a many years back, maybe 15 years back, in the South India monastery. He is very cheerful kid. He's just a cheerful kid, and yeah. So then I gave him the one comic that was small, the kid's comic, and then I asked him the one question that what do you think day to day life? No, what do you think? The small kid told me very that he's a very cheerful small kid. So he told me very interesting thing that he told me day to day life he used to think like he's eating the, the fried noodle we call the chow mein in the Tibetan food. It's a fried noodles, and he used to think that it's a very hardly to get the fried noodle in the monastery. Only the special occasion they get the fried noodle. So he told me day to day he just like a dream or thing like he was eating the fried noodles and the ice cream. That is one sort of, it is like a one sort of the daydream, one sort of fantasizing. But the thing is that it makes him the happy, no? Fantasizing, it makes him the some like a happy. So that's why that is something like the look. It exactly the what the kid is doing. Exactly, we have to do the same, but not eating like a fried noodles. Just look at what the good things we are having it. Plus, when you look on that side, then slowly you will feel the happy. Most of the time, you will be the happy. Now in this time, when the people have to be the happy, what they have to do? They have to go for the party. They need some friend. Because that makes your happiness very dependent to the others. So you need to go to the party, you need someone to friends or to talk, or you need to use the computers or whatever. But if I tell you close your eye and be happy, it's very difficult for you because you didn't practice on that side, no? What you have to do, close your eyes and think that what the good things you're having. Get to rejoice it. Trying to be happy with what the good things you're having, what the blessings you're having, the families, friends, or the whatever. Okay. Okay. That is the fourth point, the practicing the rejoice. Okay. Rejoicing, and then it will help you to reduce the anger. Okay. Rejoicing. Am I clear? I cannot hear.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. If you are not very clear, please correct me, okay? In case if I make some of the grammatical error while I'm speaking, okay, you can correct me, okay? Okay, so rejoicing, okay? Now this will be the last point of the how we can anger, okay? Control the anger. Last point is normally what you have to do is, as I told the last time, just look at the negative sides of the anger, okay? So now what you have to do is look at the when you generate the anger and how it hurt to your close people, okay? How it hurt, how it make the others people unhappy. Look at that and learn from your past mistake. Look at your past mistake, okay? That was that is effective. Look at your past mistake. When you get angry, especially most of the time, 90% you get angry with the person whom you are more close. 90% of the anger, because you have to deal with them day to day life. You have to deal with these people. Now 90% you will get angry to the person who are close to you. So now you learn from your past mistake. When you generate the anger toward them, how it makes unhappy others, how you make unhappy yourself, okay? That you look back, okay? Look back, and this also meditation. Close your eyes, or maybe you would think that think about that how you feel, how others feel when you generate the anger toward your close one and your family, okay? That is the learning from the past mistake, okay? Learning from the past mistake. That is very important for that, okay? Learning from the past mistake. In the Buddha story, one time the Buddha's time that when the person they meet mostly in the gardens or under the tree. When Buddha sat under the tree one time. Said under the tree, and one person came towards Buddha and they started to debate with Buddha. And that person certainly lost the control and he got very angry and he spit on the Buddha's face. But Buddha was keep smiling. So then he left, and that night he could not sleep. When he was sleeping on the Buddha's face, Buddha was just keeping smiling and just washed his face. So he could not sleep that night, and the next day he came to the Buddhas and asked for the forgiveness. Told that, please forgive me what I did yesterday, splitting on your face. Again, the Buddha smiled and told that the first thing is that I cannot forgive you. Because the first thing is that I never generate the anger towards you at all when you're splitting on my face. Now, if you want the forgiveness, go and ask the Ananda. Ananda was the Buddha's the cousin and his attendant. Ask him to forgiveness. He will be happy when he asks the forgiveness. Because the first he generated the anger towards you. Now you came and asked the forgiveness. He will be happy to forgive you. So this is the story that what we can learn is simply same thing like that. Sometimes in the lives especially the close people in the home, someone has shouted at you, be like a Buddha, okay? Keep smiling, okay? I know that when you keep smiling, sometimes it may trigger the more angers than your close one. When you keep smiling, more you'll be the calm, no? It was so interesting when news came in the Indian newspaper. I think you can go and search in the Google and the search in the one wife want to divorce the husband. That I think that happened in the South India. You can search in the Google. Okay, news was so interesting. Wife want to divorce the husband. You know what the reason why she want to divorce her husband? She's saying that when her husband never gets angry, never fights her back, so she want to get divorced. Can you imagine that? Can you just go and search the Google? That is such a statement that when she said that whenever she fight with her husband, she never fight her back. So sometimes that is now you can look at human the psychology. It's really how complicated is that. So that's why I'm saying it is the one in the family when someone shouts at you, when you smile and smile, maybe that might trigger the anger more. Okay, sometimes you have to be careful. So that is okay. So that's why what I'm saying is that it's very important to keep the kind. Okay, especially that now you learn from your past mistake, and when in the someone, especially when they show anger towards you, it's very important to keep your anger. Okay, keep smiling or to cool you down. Okay, cool you down, and then the best thing is keep the silence. Okay, for the moments it's very important. Okay, when someone shout at you in the home or your close friend, if you shout them back, then the quarrel or the anger is like a flame, no, and it will get the bigger and bigger. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, last point. Okay, so that's an important thing that what you have to learn from your past mistake. Okay, past mistake and learn it from the past mistake. Okay, so that is how you join the anger and how it hurt others' happiness and your own happiness. Okay, that is what you have to do. Then also now you control your anger. Now also know how to control the others' anger. Okay, first thing is when you can control your anger when the others are generating the anger. Best thing is that you just recite the mantra. Okay, Om Mani Padme Hum, like this mantra, or pray for the Avalokiteshvara or Buddha to bless them to get over the anger, bless them to heal their anger. Okay, that is also good. Someone is shouting at you, just you chant the mantra or whatever. Okay, to pray the Buddha to bless that person who are getting angry towards you, bless them and bless them and bring the more compassion or the more peace of mind in their mind. Okay, that's also you can do that. Okay, because sometimes when I travel and wearing the very like this rat clothes, sometimes the people will gaze at me, no, so gaze and stare at me. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult, no, so because you can explain, no, because we're wearing the very different clothes, no. Sometimes in the people in the some of the certain village area in the most of in the India in these areas, when they never saw like these people, no, so wearing the very popular red clothes, they will gaze astray at me, and sometimes then I used to think that whoever see like this me, like wearing the Buddha's clothes, no, Buddha's clothes, may they born in the Buddha's pure land. So I used to think like that. Yeah, bless them the Buddha, and may they born in the Buddha's pure land. Well, thinking like that. So sometimes I feel happy that people who are staring at me, gazing at me and staring at me. So same thing like that, no? So when someone generates the anger towards you, what you can do is that just pray and pray the Buddha or the chant the mantra and pray them, they bless them and heal their anger, or get more mental peace in their mind, okay? If you do that, then you will do it again, again, and again, again. If you do it, then it will be very easy. Normally, if someone shows the anger toward you, our reaction will be fight with them back. That is our first reaction. That is our big mistake we are doing it. Okay, when the person's lost the control and generate anger and shout at you, you keep kind and prayer. Okay, when the person's cool down, then you can talk and explain. Okay, let him or her to cool down. Okay, when it get cool down, then you can talk and explain. Okay, thank you. Today we'll stop here, and now I'll leave for the question and answer session if you have any questions. Okay. Any questions? Okay. If there are no okay, if you have no questions, then we finished that now today on the anger management program. So you do that homework, okay? What I told you, that do the homeworks, okay? And the most important thing is that when you this is something like I told you, like a theoretical. Now, when you carry on the practice, it is like you're doing the research in the laboratory, okay? So when you do the research in the lab, then you might get a different results. Then let me know. Okay. So Buddhism is one science. Okay. First we learn the theory. Then you have to go into the lab. Okay. Then you do the experiment. Okay. Now what this is today, what you learn the theory, and then now do the experiment in your real life. Okay. So any difficulty or any challenges or the whatever comes, then let me know. Okay. 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 Thank you so much. Thank you. And
Thank you.
thank you. And today we'll stop here. Then we'll see. Okay. Next time. And also the one thing that just to remind that today is a Thursday night, isn't it, over there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And tomorrow, the Saturday is the 15th of the lunar calendar, first month. And normally we will say that is the first 15, the first full moon day of the lunar calendar. So that day it will be good that if you can do some practice, or if you can chant any mantra, or if you read any Dharma books, okay. And that day maybe you try your best to not to generate anger, not to generate any negative. Okay, that day, okay. First starting day, okay. 15 of the lunar calendar. That will be on this Saturday, okay. This Saturday. The legendary story is that this is the day when the Buddha was chased by the very aggressive and the egoistic scholar chased the Buddha, because they are so angry with the Buddha's the fame. Buddha become a very famous in the kingdom, so they chase the Buddha all the time. The chase asked him to debate with the Buddha, debate with the Buddha. So one very interesting story is that the Buddha always run away from these scholars. This very egoistic scholar, he was running and running. That time the many small kingdoms, so one kingdom to another kingdom, they chase and chase. After finally Buddha accepted their challenge, and that is the day when he defeated these 6 egoistic the scholar, no, he defeated in the debate challenge. So he defeated. That is the day. So that's why we are saying that is the day of the Buddha's the miracle day. Mainly because the main miracle is that the transformation. Because when you are very short-tempered and you transform into the very happy person, that is a real miracle. Okay, so that is the real miracle. That is you should expect that happen on that day. Okay, real miracle. Okay, Okay, when you transform yourself into a better person, when you transform into the happier person, when you transform yourself as a more and a kind person, that is a real miracle. Okay, so I hope that on that this Saturday, I hope that this Saturday your practice may bring you some big results in your life. Okay, and you can keep on some chanting the Buddha Sutra or whatever this Saturday. Okay, that will be today is a Thursday night, isn't it? Over there, Thursday night.
Yeah,
so
Thursday night.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that will be on the Saturday. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rinpoche. Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you,
Thank
you
Rinpoche.
so much.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Thank you, Rinpoche.